We had a couple of milestones set in volleyball last night. We'll talk about those coming up here in just a few moments. We're going to start off, though, with the Carroll Tigers. They fell at home to Bondurant Farrar in 3, 25-21, 25-23, and 26-24. Callie Cummings had 9 digs on the night. Amanda Wardell would finish up with 17 kills to go with 2 blocks and 3 digs. Audubon falls to AHST Avoca Walnut in 5, 25-23, 22-25, 25-16, 24-26, and 15-10 for the Wheelers last night. Lucy Standerson had 4 kills to go with 9 digs and 3 aces. It was also a Madeline Derry finishing up with 7 digs. Exire Okran, Kimballton, Downs, Glidden, Ralston in a local matchup in 3, 25-15, 25-18, and 25-19 for the Spartans. Taryn Peterson had 8 kills to go with 6 digs and 3 aces. Aubrey Nelson would finish up with 7 digs. For Glidden Ralston last night, Allison Snyder had 5 kills to go with 5 digs. It was Bryn Renzi with 2 assists to go with 2 digs. Coon Rapids Bayard Downs Peyton Sheridan in another local matchup, 25-6, 25-19, and 25-6. Aubrey Hofbauer had 4 kills, 11 digs, and 4 aces. It was Ella Heidoff with 7 digs and 3 aces. Amelia Cook also went over 1,000 assists in her career last night. Peyton Sheridan was led by Chloe Happy last night with 6 blocks on the night. It was also Olivia Smith with 2 kills to go with 4 digs and 2 aces. South Central Calhoun fell to Manson Northwest Webster in 5, 25-10, 19-25, 25-7, 25-19, and 15-11. It was Sadie Wheelock with 19 kills and 4 blocks. Sydney Stewart added 34 assists to go with 7 digs and 2 aces. Esac fell to Sioux Central in 4, 27-25, 19-25, 27-25, and 26-24. Brooke Burns had 11 digs to go with 3 aces. It was Reese Ashinger with 8 kills to go with 5 digs. Also to Jordan Carroll, congratulations. 33 assists on the night. That made her the all-time assist leader in ESAC history. State girls tennis yesterday wrapped up with Charlotte Schwabe from the Kemper tennis team finishing up 5th as an individual. She would win her consolation round matchup yesterday, 6-1, 6-love, then win her 5th place matchup, 7-6, 7-4, 7-6, and 7-3 in those tiebreakers. Girls cross-country action yesterday. IK Manning was at the hosting their meet. Arweva was there. IK Manning would win it with 26 points. Arweva just had 2 runners, so no team score for IK Manning. Annabelle Bloom finished in 11th with Corey Beckendorf in 12th place. For Arweva, it was Vivian Blackford in 19th and Gabby Hundling finishing up in 20th place. On the boys' side of things, IK Manning would finish in first with 41 points, 2 points ahead of Woodbine, who finished in 43rd. For IK Manning, Xavier Diaz was 10th, and Isaac Blankman would finish up in 11th place. Class 3A District 6 has a tight race to open the season. 2 teams that picked up their first district win in Week 5 were Greene County and Carroll. Both teams look to be district champions but run into each other in Week 6. With temperatures that are going to be in the high 80s for kickoff, head coach Craig Rowetter says the Tigers just need to stay hydrated to avoid cramps coming up tonight.
Oh, not a whole lot. You just remind the guys, which we do from about the end of July, to make sure that they're eating good food, getting good nutrition in their bodies and staying hydrated. And
the Tigers and Rams will face off on 93.7 KKRL tonight with 3 weeks left after their matchup. Both teams may see this game as a must-win scenario. And again, we'll have Mason Nealand and Jackson Kerrigan on the call tonight. Coverage gets underway at around 6:15, 6:20 with the Brinks Exterior Preview Show followed by the Mackey Motors at tailgate. Kemper Knights picked up a 42-6 win over Southeast Valley for their 2nd district win of the season. In Week 6, they now host Spirit Lake. The Indians have an 0-2 district record, but to face 2 of the top 3 teams in the district. Knights head coach Ryan Steinkamp detailed what the Knights need to do for a win tonight.
Defensively, we understand our assignments, things we have to do. We put a lot of time in that film study. And offensively, it's, being a little more locked in, a little more clean, make sure we have crisp routes, make sure we're communicating on blocking, stuff like that too. It's just, really, you can't take any plays off, and you got to bring your best every single time.
The Knights sit at number 1 in Class 2A and look to stay perfect tonight. They take on Spirit Lake on KCIM with pregame coverage beginning at about 6:20 with the Brinks Exterior Preview Show, followed by the Mackey Motors tailgate. We'll have Nick Brinks and Nate Graving on the call. ESAC heads on the road to face South Central Calhoun on Kick 106.7 with both teams sitting 1-1 in district play. The Raiders come off a big offensive performance against South Hamilton on Friday, while the Titans also put a lot of points on the board in their loss to Emmitsburg. Raiders head coach Eric McCullough says they like the depth in their skill positions.
We do have some really good guys in our skill positions, and we continue. We have to try and get a few other guys involved. I mean, Zach Jacobson has done a pretty good job, but we have to try and get him worked into our pass offense a little bit more. But that's what's nice about Carson Schmidt is we can use him as a running back or we can put him as a slot.
Titans head coach Brian Case says his team is finding their offensive identity.
Now, last week I thought that we really took a step forward as far as being able to run the football. There were times, and even that last drive for sure, we were averaging 5-6 yards a pop just on the ground. So our kids started getting after it. They started just, man on man, make sure that we're fitting as much as we possibly could and getting people off the ball.
Pre-game coverage tonight on Kick begins at around 6:15 with the Brinks Exterior Preview Show, followed by the Mackey Motors Tailgate. I'll have the broadcast with Todd Danner. Rest of the area schedule is ICAM Manning at Loma, Glidden Ralston at Audubon, Coon Rapids Baird going to Woodbine, and Arweva hosting Griswold, all those kicking at 7 o'clock. The New Way Ford Scoreboard Show with Casey Miners at Craig Lux and Jim Molitor tonight from 10 to midnight on KCIM and Kick 106.7. Again, interviews with all of our area coaches and everything you need to know about high school football on Friday night from 10 to midnight. Calling all area schools, businesses, teams, and organizations. You can count on Outlaw Signs, Graphics, and Apparel and Carroll for all your promotional clothing and promotional items. Call them today at 712-775-2599. See how they can take your logo to the next level. The Outlaw Graphics Regional Athletes of the Week this week are Jordan Carroll from the ESAC volleyball team and Ethan Bauer from the Coon Rapids Baird football team. You'll find a photo of our Outlaw Graphics Regional Athletes of the Week today on our Carroll Broadcasting Sports Network website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. That's sports here on the CB Sports Network. I'm Jeff Blankman reporting.